Welcome everybody. Thank you for being here, coming to yoga today, and thank you for taking this time to practice moving your body, to practice calming the mind, and just really to journey inwards. The practice of yoga is not just about building strength or flexibility or supporting our immune system, which is all fantastic. It's really about journeying inwards and really coming back home to our true inner self and listening inwards. There's obviously a lot in the world that we could be listening to right now, and a lot of judgments, whether we believe or don't believe, good or bad, right or wrong. So many opinions, and particularly at times like this, it's really important to come back to what we feel and really just tap in and listen to our own inner guidance at this time as to how we can feel, how we can act, and how we can be in this situation. So we're going to flow. I'm going to do a little bit of a heart-opening flow this morning, but we'll mix it up. It will be all levels. I'll give options and modifications for different parts of the body, different abilities. Just listen to your body and use the breath to guide you. So starting seated, you can sit up on something if you have a cushion or maybe a yoga block if you have. And just closing the eyes. So you can be cross-legged or kneeling or even have the legs out in front. And just arriving here on your yoga mat this morning. Feeling the sit bones grounding down to the earth, lengthening the spine, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. And draw the shoulders up towards the ears, roll the shoulders back and down, drawing the shoulder blades down the back. And then relaxing the jaw, relaxing the cheekbones, letting the eyes be heavy. And just taking a few moments here just to settle in, arriving. Letting go of anything from your morning, any thoughts that may still be going on in the mind, any busyness, any ideas or any stories, any judgments, anything going on, just leaving all that behind you, just being fully present right here, right now. As you begin to draw the awareness inward and draw the awareness to the breath, so thinking, maybe feeling the sensation of the breath, the tip of the nostril if you're breathing in and out through the nose, or maybe feeling the belly expand and relax as you inhale and exhale. So just slowing down the breath, slowing down the mind. And just noticing if there's any part of the body that may be feeling a little bit tight or discomfort or even any pain or injury. And just honoring that part of the body, sending some breath to that part of the body, and just really creating an intention to take care of yourself, not harm yourself, not push yourself, just listen to your body. And beginning to deepen the breath, breathing all the way into the belly, feel the belly rise and expand as you inhale. And as you exhale, releasing, letting go. We'll do a little bit of Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So taking the right hand, the right thumb on the right nostril, and then inhale through the left nostril. Press the ring finger against the left nostril at the top and hold the breath for a count of 4 at the top. And then release the thumb, exhale through the right nostril. Inhale through the right nostril. Hold at the top for a count of 4. And exhale through the left nostril. So just continuing in your own time, inhale through one nostril, hold at the top, and exhale through the other nostril. And continuing. You can either inhale, hold, and exhale for a count of 4, or if you are fairly well practiced at this, if you've been doing this for some time, you could inhale for 6, hold for 6, and exhale for 6. But if it doesn't feel comfortable to hold the breath retention, just being very careful, just maybe not holding the breath. Maybe just inhale and pause for a breath for a second, and then exhale. So Nadi Shodhana, purifying all the nadis, the energy channels in the body. Balancing the right and left sides of the brain and the body. And noticing if one side of the nostril is maybe a little bit more blocked than the other. No judgment, just notice can be many different reasons. Environment, just anything going on. And maybe you're favoring one side of the brain. Good, and then just finishing the side that you're on. We'll finish on the left side, but finish that round that you're on. Good. And then just taking the hands down towards the thighs, moving into the Ujjayi breath, so finding this slight restriction at the back of the throat, hearing the breath like the waves of the ocean. Deep, long, slow, hollowed breath. And as you inhale, circle the arms up, reaching up through the fingers. And exhale, draw the palms down through center and front of the heart, and just taking a moment to open with an intention. So maybe a dedication to people suffering in the world right now. Maybe someone in your life, may need a little bit of support and love sent them their way. Maybe a dedication to maybe something you wish to manifest into your own life. So maybe a state of being, you wish to manifest more calm, more love, more sense of connection, even at this time when we might be feeling disconnected. We can still feel connected to Source, connected to ourselves, and connected to each other. So whatever your intention, just making your practice a little bit more purposeful, more meaningful for the greater good of yourself and others. And taking the hands down towards the thighs, softly opening the eyes. Come onto all fours, hands and knees. So spread the fingers wide, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. And then just moving through a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, lift the tailbone, rolling through the spine, gazing forward. And exhale, tuck the tailbone, rounding the back, draw the belly up towards the spine, chin to chest. Inhale as you arch the back, gazing forward. Little softness in the elbows so they're not locked. And exhale, rounding the back, draw the belly up towards the spine, chin to chest. And just a few more in your own time, moving with your breath. So starting to create your Vinyasa movement with the breath. Breathing some more space in between the vertebrae. And then coming back with a flat back. Taking the right hand into the middle, inhale, left arm reaches up towards the sky. And as you exhale, thread the left arm underneath the right. And taking the left ear on the shoulder, left shoulder on the mat. Walking the right fingers up towards the top of the mat. And then lift the palm up so we're on the fingertips of that right hand. And press the fingers into the mat as you open that top shoulder. So finding a little bit of a twist and also just breathing down into that left shoulder. Good. And then taking the right hand in front of the face, push the floor away. Inhale, left arm reaches all the way up again. And exhale, left hand comes down into the middle. Inhale, right arm reaches up. And exhale, threading the needle. So right shoulder comes onto the mat, the right side of the head, and then walk the left fingers up to the top of the mat. Hips are over the knees, so the hips are high. You can pad under the knees if you like. Breathing down into that right shoulder. If the right shoulder doesn't reach the mat, that's okay. Or you can place a blanket underneath it maybe. And then turning that left shoulder round. Good. And then left hand comes in front of the face. Inhale, right arm reaches all the way up, lengthen. And exhale, right hand comes down to the mat. Walk the hands all the way forward. Come down onto your belly. And then take the right arm out, cactus arm in that right arm. And then rolling onto the right side as you find a little stretch in the right front of the right shoulder. So the left hand in front of the face.
And just breathing into that right front of the shoulder, the chest muscles, the pec muscles, front deltoid. Good. You can have the right arm straight out in a T-shape, or it can be a cactus. I prefer the cactus, but either works. Good. One more breath. And then rolling back onto your belly, and then switching sides so the left arm comes out, either in cactus, so bend the elbow 90 degrees, the elbows in line with the shoulder, and then right hand presses into the mat, rolling onto the left side. Good, just breathing into the inner shoulder. Good, nice deep breathing, Ujjayi breath. Good, and then rolling back onto the belly. Take the hands under the shoulders, press back, take a child's pose, knees wide, big toes touch, sink the hips back. Forehead rest down, and reaching the arms all the way forward. Again, lift up onto the fingertips so the palms are up off the mat, and then draw the shoulders down, the armpits down towards the mat as you stretch under the arms. Good. As you inhale, come back up onto all fours, bring the knees under the hips, and then walk the hands forward, coming into puppy pose. Draw the chin or forehead to the mat, and melt the heart center down. So really opening up the upper back area, back of the heart. Melting the heart to the earth, softening down through the shoulder blades. Good. And then as you inhale, you're going to float forwards onto the belly and stay on the come onto the forearms, coming into a little Sphinx pose. So roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the heart forward. Good. And then exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and then come back into that puppy pose. Good. Inhale, float forwards onto the belly, this time coming into little baby cobra. Roll the shoulders back and down. Elbows hug in and hug back, and lift the hands up. The neck is in line with the spine. Exhale to lower and press back, puppy pose. So hips over the knees, hips high, forehead, heart rest down. Good. A couple more like that. Inhale, float forward. So you can either stay with baby cobra, or maybe hands come under the shoulders and press up into a little higher cobra. So shoulders are away from the ears, heart draws forward. Really squeezing the shoulder blades together. Good, one more breath. And then exhale, lower down, press back, hips high, puppy pose. We're just waking up the upper back area, really feeling that opening. Good, one more variation here. So again, you can stay with baby cobra, maybe pressing up a little higher, or maybe lift the knees for upward facing dog. Good, opening the heart. And then exhale to lower back down and shift back, finding your puppy pose. Good. Walking the hands a little back, plant the hands, tuck the toes, and lift the hips downward facing dog. So keeping the knees a little bent to start, and just pedaling out the feet, bending one knee, pressing the other heel back, switching side to side, maybe the hips sway side to side. And then spread the fingers wide, pressing into all 10 fingers, taking a little bit of weight off the heel of the hands. Hands are shoulder width, feet are hip width. And then you can begin to either keep the knees a little soft or bent, or begin to straighten the legs, driving the heels towards the mat, and push the floor away. Broadening across the shoulders as you find a little bit of external rotation in the shoulders. Shaking the head and neck, releasing any tension. And then a little bit of engagement in the quadriceps, lift the kneecaps and draw the belly up and in. Really strong downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg extends up behind, three-legged dog. Keep the right leg lifted. We'll just shift forward as you exhale into one-legged plank. Keep that right leg lifted. Inhale, extend back, three-legged dog. And exhale, lower the foot to the mat. Inhale, left leg extends up behind. And exhale, shift the weight forward. Shoulders come over the wrists. One-legged plank. Left leg is lifted. Belly draws up and in. And inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, lower the left foot to the mat. Inhale, right leg extends up. Exhale, this time shift forward, one-legged plank, and draw that right knee to the nose, rounding the back. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, rounding the back. Shoulders come forward, inhale, extend. And exhale, knee to nose, rounding the back. This time, lightly step the right foot forward, coming into a twist, right arm towards the sky, left hand stays down. Lift the back kneecap strong through that back leg. Good. Opening the top shoulder. Good. And then lower the left knee down and step the right foot around for a modified side plank. Good. Maybe right arm reaches up and overhead. Maybe that right leg lifts. So flexing that right foot, finding a little bit of a modified half moon, strong through that back leg. Good. And then right leg lowers down, right hand comes down, step back, high plank, shift forward, exhale, chaturanga, the knees can come down, elbows hugging to the side, halfway push up. Inhale, either a baby cobra, maybe a little higher, or maybe upward facing dog, you choose. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips up high. Inhale, left leg extends up behind. Exhale, shift forward plank, and then draw that left knee to the nose, rounding the back. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to nose, shifting the shoulders over the wrists, hips come low. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, hold it forward, and this time lightly step it through. Stay on the ball of the back foot, left arm towards the sky for your twist. So lengthening through the spine. Exhale as you twist, drawing the heart, the belly away from the thigh. Maybe taking the gaze up to the left thumb. Good. And then right knee comes down. And then turn the left leg all the way around, coming into your Vashisthasana modified side plank. Maybe left arm reaches up and overhead. And you can stay here or maybe flex the left foot. Lift the left leg up in line so the heel's in line with the hip as you breathe into that left hip so the hips are stacked. Draw the belly back and in, half moon modified. Good. And then lower the left foot down, lower the right hand coming back into your plank. Exhale, shift the weight forward, chaturanga so the knees can come down to modify our full chaturanga you choose. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog, hips up high, shaking the head and neck. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk up to the top of the mat. And just take a ragdoll, hands on opposite elbows, gently sway side to side, feet are hip width. And just let the belly come down towards the thighs as you bend the knees deeply. Just breathing into the low back, letting the head and neck release. Taking the hands down towards the mat, wrap the arms around the back, interlace the fingers and extend the arms up and overhead. Draw the shoulders away from the ears, melt the shoulder blades together. And then taking the arms over to the right, take the gaze over the left shoulder. Good, arms to the left, gazing over the right shoulder. Good, and then back to front. Hands come down to the mat. Take the hands on the hips and slowly come up with a flat back. Draw the belly up and in. And then draw the feet together. Inhale, circle the arms up, rise. Interlace the fingers. First two fingers point up. Inhale as you lengthen. And exhale as you take a side stretch to your right. Keeping the arms nice and straight. Pressing into that left foot firmly. Maybe taking the left hip over to the left a little bit. Good. And inhale, extend. Exhale over to your left. Breathing into that right hip. Keeping the biceps hugged in towards the ears. Good. And then slowly back to center. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, actually come into a chair pose. So bend the knees, Utkatasana. Big toes together, heels a little apart. Open the heart, chair pose.
Shifting the weight back into the heels, draw the belly back and in. And exhale, straighten the legs, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, inhale, step the right foot back, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale to rise, crescent moon lunge, reaching up. Good. Wrap the arms around the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale, lengthening as you open the heart, little back bend. Good. And then exhale. Hands come down, step back, chaturanga. Shift forward, knees can lower down to modify. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg extends up behind. Exhale, step the right foot forward, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, crescent moon lunge, breathing into that left thigh, opening the heart, and then interlace the fingers behind the back again. Inhale as you open the heart, draw the hands down the back leg, lengthening. Good. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. And exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, folding forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, left foot steps back this time. Inhale, crescent moon lunge, rise. Lifting up as you inhale. Exhale, draw the hips towards the earth. Good. And then this time take a hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reaching to the right. Good. So strong through that right leg. Really supporting you. Breathing into that left psoas, hip flexor. And inhale, extend. Exhale, hands come down. Step back, chaturanga. Elbows hug into the side. Inhale, scoop the heart forward, cobra or upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg extends up behind. Exhale, step the left foot forward, lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale to rise. And then this time take a hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, reaching to the left. Good. Breathing into that right hip flexor, psoas, quadricep. Lengthening through that right side body. Good. And then inhale, extend. Exhale, hands come down. Step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, chair, Utkatasana. And exhale, Tadasana. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, right foot steps back. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale to rise. Exhale, cactus arms this time. So really draw the shoulder blades together, bending the elbows, lifting the heart and reaching up and back. Try not to just crunch in the low back. So really thinking about bending from the upper back, squeezing the area between the shoulder blades. Good. Inhale, extend. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hands come down. Step back, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg extends up behind. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale to rise. And again, cactus arms. Reaching the elbows back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Draw the heart up. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the elbows. Good. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale. Good. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hands come down, step forward this time. Halfway lift as you inhale, exhale, fold. Bend the knees, inhale, Utkatasana, chair, hips are low. And exhale, Tadasana. So one more side, inhale, Utkatasana. Shift the weight back into the heels. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, inhale, step the left foot back this time, inhale, rise.
And as you exhale, take the palms to the heart. We'll twist to the right, so left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Keeping the right knee over the ankle, and then drawing the belly, the heart away from the thigh as you draw the palms towards the heart, heart back towards the palms. Finding a twist. Drawing that left shoulder towards the right. You can either stay here or maybe come onto the ball of the back foot, straighten out the front leg, and finding a little deeper twist. Really lifting the heart, the belly away from the thigh. Good. Keep the Ujjayi breath flowing. One more breath. And then unravel, hands come down. Frame the front foot, step back. Chaturanga as you exhale, halfway push-up. Maybe the top of the feet just come onto the mat as you scoot forward, upward facing dog. Or the knees can be down for Cobra. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg extends up behind. Exhale, step the left foot forward, front knees over the ankle, lower the back knee down. Untuck the toes, inhale, crescent moon lunge, rise. And exhale, palms to the heart, twisting to your left this time. Right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears. Lifting the belly, the heart away from the thigh. And then again, strong through that front leg. Knees over the ankle. Either stay here, maybe lift the back knee up. And then come onto the ball of the back foot. Drawing the palms towards the heart, heart back towards the palms. Good, really strong through the back leg if it's lifted, lift the kneecap. Every inhale, feel a little bit more length. Every exhale, twist. Good. And then unravel. We'll step back, high plank this time, and moving through your flow, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. So just taking 3 breaths here in your downward facing dog. You can always take a child's pose or a puppy pose. The puppy pose is where the hips are over the knees and the heart, a little bit like child's pose, but the hips are high. Heart is reaching down. So you choose, and just coming back to your intention, slowing down the breath, slowing down the mind, softening the jaw. Steady the gaze. Good. Inhale, right leg extends up behind. Keep the hips square. Think about a little bit of internal rotation of that back inner thigh. And then point the right toe. And then keep the toe kind of pointed, but just draw the toes back towards the face. So you're kind of pointing through the ball of the foot there. Good. Really active in the leg, active in the foot, in the toes. As you exhale, shift forward, knee comes to the right elbow. Keep it nice and high. Breathe into that right side body, the oblique. Inhale, extend, 3-legged dog. Spread the toes. Exhale, knee to the outside of the left elbow. Keep it nice and high. Squeezing into that right oblique. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Press to the ball of the foot. And exhale, knee to nose. And then lightly step it through. Spin the back heel down, make the right knee over the ankle, so you might need to hop the right foot forward a couple of times, and then warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. So the back foot is facing forward about 45 degrees, and press into the outside of the back foot to really straighten and ground through that back leg. Front knees over the ankle, not coming out to the right or the left. And then drawing the hips a little more square, right hip back, left hip forward. And sinking down nice and low, shoulders relax. Wrapping the arms around the back, interlace the fingers as you roll the shoulders back and down. Draw the hands down the back leg. And exhale, humble warrior, torso comes on the inside of the right thigh. Reaching the arms up overhead, letting the head and neck just relax. And maybe drawing that right hip back a little bit towards the left heel. Good. Pressing firmly into the feet. Inhale, back into your warrior 1. And exhale, warrior 2. So keeping the legs where they are. Just shifting the hips now to the side. Gazing over the right middle finger. Drawing the shoulders back over the hips. Making sure that right thigh is parallel to the floor. Nice and strong through the legs. Inhale, flip both palms up. Reverse warrior. Reaching up and back. Keep bending that front knee.
And then exhale, right elbow on the right thigh, left arm either reaches straight towards the sky or up and overhead towards the front. Good. Keep the legs where they are, bending into that front knee, or just reverse into our warrior again. Reverse warrior as you inhale. Exhale, side angle, lengthening through that left side body. Inhale, reverse warrior, reaching up and back. Exhale, side angle. And then we'll hold here in side angle. So you can either stay here, palm left arm maybe reaches forward, palm faces down. Really grounding through the outside of the back foot, pressing into the inside of the front foot. Or if you have a little bit more space, maybe the right hand comes down to the inside of the right foot. Keep drawing that top shoulder open. Breathing here, strong through the legs, strong through the feet. Opening that top shoulder. And then maybe a half bind, maybe a full bind, you choose. If that feels available, drawing that top shoulder open. Draw the head, the shoulders back. Good, one more breath. And then we'll unravel. Hands come down, frame the front foot, roll onto the ball of the back foot. Coming back into your easy twist, left hand down, right arm towards the sky. And then turning this back into side plank, Vashisthasana. So the left knee can come down to modify and step the right leg around. Or merely roll onto the outside of the left foot, stack the feet. So either way, shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked, maybe taking the gaze up to the right thumb, lifting up through that left hip, side body, and then maybe right arm reaches up and overhead, lengthening, maybe top leg lifts, maybe bend the knee, take it into a tree position, you choose, and exhale. If you have a leg position, maybe keep the leg position as you shift forward into Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Shaking the head and neck, releasing any tension. Slowing down the breath. And then inhale, left leg extends up behind, keeping the hips square. Again, point the toe, and then just draw the toes back, so we're pressing through the ball of that foot. A little bit of internal rotation of that back inner thigh, really strong through the back leg. As you exhale, shift forward into a plank. Left knee to the left elbow. Keep it nice and high, even above the elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to the outside of the right elbow, nice and high. Good, inhale, extend. And exhale, knee to nose, rounding the back. And lightly step it through. Stay low as you get grounded through the feet, so press the back foot down. Foot is facing forward about 45 degrees, grounding through that left knee over the ankle. And then inhale to rise. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. So left knee's over the ankle, keeping your drishti somewhere forward, maybe just at the edge of your nose or the third eye area. And then hips a little bit more square, relax the shoulders, draw the belly in, strong through the core. And wrapping the arms around the back, interlace the fingers. Inhale as you open the heart, lengthen. Exhale, humble warrior. Coming on the inside, torso on the inside of the left thigh. And then reaching the arms up and overhead, draw that left hip back a little bit towards the right heel. Breathing into the shoulders, draw the shoulders away from the ears, melt the shoulder blades together. Pressing the feet into the mat, inhale, back into warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. And exhale, keeping the legs as they are, warrior two. So really strong through the arms here, squeezing the shoulder blades together a little bit more. Really feeling the upper back working. Draw the belly up and in. Inhale, flip the palms up. Reverse warrior, reaching up and back. Keep bending that front knee deeply, knees over the ankle. And exhale, left elbow on the left thigh, right arm reaches up and overhead, lengthening that right side body. Or the right arm can be straight up for your side angle. As you inhale, keep strong through the legs. Reverse warrior, reaching up and back. Exhale, side angle. Good. Inhale, reverse. Strong through the legs, lengthening the left side body. Exhale, side angle, and we'll hold here. So again, you can either have the right arm straight up, maybe up and overhead, palm faces down, or maybe if you have a little bit more space, the left hand on the inside of the left foot, and opening that top shoulder. Breathing here, Ujjayi breath. Good, creating space. Good, grounding through that back leg, back foot. One more breath. And then hands come down, frame the front foot, roll onto the ball of the back foot, and we'll find our twist. Right hand stays down, left arm towards the sky. Opening up that top shoulder, and then turning it into your side plank, Vashisthasana. So maybe the right knee comes down, maybe stack the feet, you choose. Maybe the left foot in front of the right knee is a little support. And then maybe the left arm reaches up and overhead. Maybe the top leg lifts, any variation, maybe a tree position with the legs. Keep lifting up through that right hip, oblique, shoulders over the wrists. And then maybe keeping the leg variation as you come forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, Cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop lightly, top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, root the feet down. Inhale, circle the arms and rise. Gazing up, open the heart. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Gazing up, exhale, swan dive down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands. Inhale, step back, high plank, or you can exhale straight into Chaturanga, bend elbows, and then moving through your flow. We'll meet in downward facing dog, so you choose your variation. You can always come into child's pose on the way. Good, breathing here, shaking the head and neck, releasing any tension. And then inhale, right leg extends up behind. Exhale as you draw the knee to the nose, round the back. Lightly step the right foot forward. Stay on the ball of the back foot this time. Inhale, high lunge. So again, the right knee's over the ankles, strong through the legs. Left elbow comes underneath the right foot, eagle arms. Lifting the elbows up, lengthening. And then as you exhale, shift the weight forward. Keep drawing the forearms, the hands away from the face. Really feeling that broadening across the upper back. Leaning into that front leg. We're going to come up into an eagle pose. So left elbow, left leg rather, comes over the right. The toe can just be on the mat or wrapping all the way around. Good. Inhale, lifting the elbows up, and exhale, draw the forearms away from the face, and begin to fold forwards if that feels available. So broadening across the upper back, keeping your drishti, find a spot to keep your gaze, your focus. Breathing here. Good, keeping the arms as they are, just inhale to rise back up, and then we'll take the left leg back for warrior three. So leaning the torso forward, keep the heart open a little bit, and then extend the arms all the way back, airplane. Lifting up through the standing leg. Again, find that spreading of the toes and press to the ball of the back foot. And then arms extend all the way forward. Full variation of warrior three. Good, one more full breath. And then standing splits, hands come down to the mat. Or they can be on blocks if you have blocks. Left leg towards the sky. Good. You can stay here or maybe turn it into a standing balance. One hand on that right ankle, maybe the other hand. So just finding your variation here of standing splits. Really strong through both legs. Good. And then bending into the standing leg, we'll step all the way back.
step back, either straight into downward facing dog or moving through your vinyasa, and we'll meet in downward facing dog. So you can always skip the flows and meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg extends up behind, keep the hips square. And exhale, draw the knee to the nose, left foot steps forward, stay on the ball of the back foot, inhale, high lunge. So left knee's over the ankle, lift the back kneecap, pressing the heel back, and then right elbow this time underneath the left, eagle arms. Inhale, lift the elbows up, little back bend, just lengthening, and exhale, shift the weight forward. So maybe pop the back toes in just a little bit, just an inch, really getting all the weight in that front leg. Good. Reaching the forearms forward, broadening across the upper back, and then shifting into that left leg, wrapping the right leg around for eagle. Inhale, lift the elbows up. Exhale, sink the hips a little lower. Either stay here and breathe or maybe folding forwards, you choose. Garudasana, eagle pose. Breathing into the back of the shoulders, breathing into the hips. Good, and then slowly inhale to come back up. Keep the elbows as they are, the arms as they are. Just shoot the right leg back for warrior 3 variation with eagle arms, lifting up through that left kneecap, strong legs. And then arms extend all the way back, airplane. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Keep the gaze a little forward on the mat so it's not straight down. So feel a little bit of heart opening here. And then reaching the arms all the way forward, full variation of warrior 3. Really strong through the legs, strong through the core. Whole body, back body, everything's working. And hands come down to the mat, standing. Splits, right leg towards the sky. So again, you can have the hands on the mat or maybe on blocks if you have blocks. And then maybe taking one hand on that left ankle, maybe the other hand turning it into a balance. Keep your focus, drishti somewhere on the mat. Really strong through that right leg, pressing up towards the sky. And then hands come down, bend into the front knee, step back. Downward facing dog, or maybe moving through your vinyasa, you choose. Just honoring your body and just using your breath to guide you. Good. And then inhale, lift up onto the toes, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk or hop lightly. Top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Root the feet down. Inhale, circle the arms and rise. Gazing up, open the heart, little back bend. Exhale, palms to heart center. Good. Shifting into the right foot. We're going to come into dancer's pose. So bending the left knee, taking the hand on the outside of the left ankle or foot. Right arm reaches up. Or if your shoulders are open, we did a little shoulder opening, you can flip that left palm to face up and maybe take a hold of the inside. Keeping the knees hip width so the knees are in line, they're not, that left knee's not splaying out. And then as you inhale, lengthening, lifting the heart. Exhale, press the foot back and into the hand, finding your dancers. Again, keeping your focus, your drishti. Keep the heart open. So we're not leaning forward, we're kind of leaning forward and up. So this is a back bend. There's a different posture where we're leaning right horizontal, but this is more of a back bend. Good, breathing. Nice. Focus and breath. Good. And then slowly release. Come back to center. We'll switch sides, so switching into the left foot. Bend the right knee. The hand can either come on the outside or the inside of the ankle of the foot. Left arm reaches up and inhale, coming into your Natarajasana dancers. So opening the chest, opening the heart. Again, try not to just crunch in the low back. Draw the belly up and in to support the low back.
but really opening more in the upper back area. Good, pressing the foot back and into the hand, and then slowly release. Good, coming back to center. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. So a couple of options here. You could just take the feet hip width and maybe come into a little ragdoll or forward fold. Or if you'd like to come into crow pose, little arm balance Bakasana, I will guide you through that. So the hands will come in front, a little wider than shoulder width, and maybe the fingers pointing out a little bit, so the first finger's pointing forward. Bend the elbows, bend the knees, and find a shelf on the upper arm so the knees come all the way up to the armpits. And then shift the weight forward, just finding that little shelf with the knees securely on the upper arms. No bouncing, just nice and balanced. Keep the gaze way forward, don't look down, look way forward. So look maybe about 1.5 feet or even 2 feet in front of the hands. And then maybe the toes just lift up as you find that balance. Lifting up through the pelvic floor, the core. Good, maybe starting to straighten the arms a little bit. Breathing here. Good. And then we'll slowly come back down. We'll come into a forward fold, take the feet hip width, first 2 fingers wrap around the big toes, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, folding over the legs. Draw the elbows out to the side, releasing the head and neck. And then releasing the fingers from the toes, take the whole hands, palm faces up underneath the sole of the feet this time. Inhale as you lengthen and exhale as you fold. The toes just gently press on the heel of the hands, finding a nice counter stretch for the wrists. Good, and then slowly release the hands. Inhale, come up halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, inhale, step back, high plank. And then coming all the way down onto your belly, onto the mat. Take the right heel on the mat and take the arms just down alongside the thighs and just shift the hips a little side to side, just breathing, relaxing the body. Take the chin and the forehead on the mat, and then as you inhale, interlace the fingers behind the back, keep the feet down and lift the chest, lift the head, lift the shoulders. The neck is in line with the spine, so we're not lifting the head up and down. So the head just comes up because it's in line with the spine, neck. So just reaching the hands towards the feet, squeezing the shoulder blades together, half locust. Good. One more breath. And then slowly lower down. Left ear on the mat, and just bring the arms alongside the legs. And then chin or forehead back on the mat. This time interlace the fingers as you lift up, lift the shoulders, but lift the legs as well. So lifting everything up, squeezing the whole back body. Good. Strong through the back body. Lifting the shoulders, lifting the legs, engaging the back of the legs. Good. Squeezing the muscles along the spine. And then exhale to lower down. Right ear back on the mat. Hands come alongside the thighs. And then chin or forehead on the mat. This time extending the arms all the way forward, palms face each other. And as you inhale, lift the legs, lift the arms, full locust. So really strong through the whole back body, back of the legs. These back bends, we're strengthening the back body and opening and lengthening the front body. The arms, the head is in line with the arms, lifting a little higher, lifting the legs a little higher. Really strong pose, supporting the whole body. And exhale to lower down. Taking the left ear back on the mat, arms come alongside the thighs, and breathe. So you can do any of those variations again, locust or half locust, or bend the knees coming into bow pose, wrapping the arms around the back,
Taking a hold of the outside of the ankles or the feet. And then inhale, lifting the legs, lifting the chest, the heart. Keeping in the knees a little bit closer, so hip width, so the knees are not splitting out again. And maybe a gentle rock backwards and forwards on the belly. Opening the chest. Good. One more breath. And slowly lower down. Keep the knees bent, take the right heel on the mat, and just windshield wiper the lower leg side to side. Just releasing the low back. Good, extending the legs straight. Take the hands under the shoulders, press back, and taking a nice wide, knees wide, child's pose, forehead rest down. Sinking the hips back into the heels. And the arms can either stay reaching out to extended child's pose or maybe draw the arms back towards the thighs or the hips. Breathing here. Good. And then extending the arms all the way forward again. Come up into a high kneeling position. So we're going to come into another back bend, camel. So you can pad under your knees if you like. And then take the heel of the hands on the low back, wrapping the fingers around the side body, really supporting the low back, the top of the pelvis, pushing the top of the pelvis down even a little bit, creating some space in the low back before we lean back. Tuck the toes under so the heels are a little bit lifted, toes are all tucked under, a little bit more supported. And then the knees are hip width, hips stay over the knees as you walk the elbows way back, opening across the chest. So you can stay right here. Maybe the thumbs press up on the low back, so you're getting a little bit more space there on the low back, the heels pressing down on the pelvis, and the thumbs drawing up on the low back, so it would kind of look like this, so the thumbs are pressing up. So really want to think about creating space here in the low back, not crunching into the low back, which is going to happen a little bit, but we want to try not to just crunch in the low back. And then inhale, lengthening, lift the heart up. And you can either stay here and breathe, this might be where you go, or keep the hips forward and maybe leaning back a little bit more, maybe one hand, maybe the right hand on the right heel. Keep the heart lifting up and just thinking about bending from the area in the upper back, space in between the shoulder blades. Maybe the left hand comes to the left heel as well. So you choose your variation and just being fully present with your choice. So it doesn't matter how far you go, just honoring your practice, honoring where you are. Good, one more breath. And then we'll slowly come back up. Keep supporting the low back as you shift the hips back, coming into a little toe stretch, keeping the toes tucked, and then just taking the hands on the thighs, close the eyes for breath. We'll do one more variation here, so you can either have the toes tucked if your hands went down to the heels and you want to go a little further this time maybe, untuck the toes. But again, you can stay right here, just supporting the low back, opening the heart. Keep inhale as you lengthen, exhale as you maybe lean a little further. If your toes are untucked, maybe drawing the hands back towards the heels. The heels are a little lower this time, so you'll get a little bit deeper. The gaze, I like to have my gaze stay forward, but you could have the head and neck relax back if you like. And just breathing here. Softening in the low back, any area of tension. You can do one hand at a time if that feels better. And then slowly release. And then we'll keep the knees together this time. Just sit back into the heels. Take the hands on the thighs, close the eyes, hero pose. And then folding forwards over the thighs, so it's like a little child's pose, but the knees are together, forehead comes down, and then arms come back. Take the hands on the heels, and maybe lift the hips, and keep the hands on the heels as you find a little traction there. Maybe come onto the crown of the head just for a couple of breaths. Nice little contour stretch for the back body, rounding the back. Not too much pressure on the crown of the head, just a little bit of pressure. Good, and then slowly release. Take the knees wide, and we'll come back into a child's pose, knees wide, and just letting the whole body relax. Maybe taking the hands on the heel of the hands on the low back or the top of the pelvis, and just gently giving yourself a little massage as you press gently the pelvis, top of the pelvis away from you, so towards the back of the mat. Getting a little bit of a massage there in the low back, releasing, creating some space. Good, and then walking the arms back forward. We'll come up onto all fours, back into a child's pose. Inhale, lift up onto the toes, bend the knees, look forward. And exhale, walking up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And this time we'll bend the knees, come into a seat on your mat. Good. So extending the legs out straight. Keeping the right leg straight, bend the left knee, the sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh. And then inhale, reaching the arms up, lengthening, and exhale, folding over that front leg. Drawing the heart down towards the thigh, crown of the head towards the foot. You can take a hold of whatever you can reach. Janu Shavasana, so reaching forward. Good. Taking a hold of the side of the calves, the shins, the ankles of the foot, or if you have a strap, that's nice as well. And just breathing into the back of the leg, breathing into the back body, letting the head and neck relax. Good. And inhale as you slowly come back up. And then shift the torso to face the bent knee. Take the right arm down, the palm faces up, our forearm on the inside of the shin. Keep pointing that right toes up, flex the foot. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And exhale, taking a side stretch over to your right. So left fingers towards the right toes. Lengthening through that left side body. Breathing into the low back, the SI joint. You can just let the head and neck relax down. Drawing that top shoulder open. Every inhale, lengthen. And every exhale, maybe reaching a little bit further. Using the breath. Maybe noticing the breath helps to release a little bit of the tension, any discomfort, any stagnant energy, and maybe helps you to go a little deeper with the exhale. Softening, finding more ease. The head and neck can just relax down. And then inhale as you slowly come back up. Take the left foot on the mat now, just on the inside of the right thigh. And then right fingers behind the hip. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And exhale, take the left arm in on the inside of the knee. And then flip the palm to face your left as you wrap that left arm around. So flexing that front foot. You can either stay here, or maybe right arm wraps up and around and take a hold of the wrist. So left hand taking a hold of the right wrist. Inhale as you lengthen and exhale as you fold forwards. Keep hugging that left thigh in towards the chest. So nice deep decompression there of all the internal organs, the abdominals. Good. Couple more breaths here. And then inhale as you slowly come back up. Keep that right leg long. And then this time take the left foot on the outside of the right thigh. Keep the spine nice and tall. Left fingers behind the hip. Inhale, right arm reaches up. And exhale, taking a twist. So elbow on the outside of the thigh. Or you can just take a hold of the thigh if you can't reach the elbow. Every inhale, come back an inch and lengthen. Every exhale, gently twist. Keeping the spine long. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And the gaze can just be over to your left, or if it feels okay for the neck and the cervical spine, maybe gazing over the left shoulder. Just not forcing any twist in your cervical spine, so just using the breath to guide you. Good. And then coming back through the center, release.
Switching legs, left leg extends out, and then bend the right knee, the sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh. Shift the torso to face that front leg, flex the foot, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, Janu Shavasana, folding forwards. So keep drawing that left hip back, drawing the toes back towards the face, take a hold of whatever you can reach, and try to keep the spine nice and long so we're not rounding the back, draw the shoulders away from the ears, and draw the heart towards the thigh, crown of the head towards the foot. So we're not just rounding the back, trying to get the head to the knee, we're really reaching forward, folding forwards, not folding down. And then you can let the head and neck relax down when you can't fold forwards anymore. Good. And then inhale as you slowly come back up. And then turn the torso to face that bent knee. Left arm comes down, forearm on the inside of the shin, palm faces up. Inhale, right arm reaches up. And as you exhale, nice deep side stretch, reaching up and overhead. Breathing into that right SI joint, low back. Keep drawing the top shoulder open. And maybe reaching towards the toes back towards the fingers. Doesn't matter if they reach or not. Just keep the breath flowing. And just being fully present wherever you are. Yoga teaches us to really be accepting of where we are in our posture, not attached to any end goal. So aparigraha is this part of the yoga philosophy is about non-attachment. So not attaching ourselves to any shape or anything that we feel we should be doing, just really being content with where we are in our posture. Good. And then inhale as you slowly come back up. And then keep that left leg out, bend the right knee, the sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh. And then left fingers behind the left hip. Inhale, right arm reaches up, reaching forward. Flip the palm to face your right, and then wrapping the right arm around the back. Maybe the left hand comes around and taking a hold of the left wrist. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. If you don't have the bind, that's okay. You can just keep the arms behind you a little bit. Maybe take a hold of your shirt, or if you have a strap or a belt, you can use that, or even a folded towel. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, fold. Letting the head and neck relax. Good. And then slowly inhale to rise back up. Keep the left leg long. And then right foot comes on the outside of the left thigh. And right fingers behind the hip. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, twisting to your right. Either hugging the thigh or elbow on the outside of the right thigh. And we'll twist. So again, using the breath. Inhale, feel the expansion, the length. And exhale, releasing anything that doesn't serve you, letting it go. Any physical tension, maybe any emotion, anything, any judgment, any thoughts. Good. One more breath. And then slowly coming back to center, just taking a counter twist over to the left. And we'll come back to center. And then extending the legs out long, slowly coming down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. We'll just come into one back bend here because we've done quite a lot of back bends. If you have a block or a cushion or something, a bolster, you can bend the knees, take the soles of the feet on the mat, knees over the ankles, and then inhale, lift the hips up, maybe taking the block under the sacrum for a supported bridge. Or if you'd like to come up into a regular bridge, you're welcome to shimmy the shoulders under the torso, interlace the fingers under the hips. So you're welcome to come up into a regular bridge. If you like, keep drawing the inner thighs towards each other, finding a little bit of internal rotation, squeezing the heels back towards the hips so you get a little bit more engagement in the back of the body, back of the legs and the hips. So wherever you are, just breathe in for a few breaths. If you have a block or a cushion and your hips are on the block or cushion,
You can either stay here or maybe extend the legs up, finding a little inversion. And if you're in your regular bridge, you can either stay there for another couple of breaths, or you can come back down and maybe take the inversion as well if that feels available and nourishing. Just really releasing the low back, releasing the sacrum. Even if you don't have a block or a cushion, you can still just extend the legs up and you'll get a nice little decompression on the sacrum and the low back area. So this is also just nice anyway. And then bending the knees, taking the feet down to the mat, and then if you have a cushion or a block, just lift the hips up, sliding that out, and then drawing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little squeeze, gently rocking side to side. Maybe some little circles on the sacrum in one direction and the other direction. Then taking the left foot down to the mat, take the right ankle over the left thigh, flex that right foot. And then lift the left foot up off the mat, take a hold of the back of the left thigh as you draw the thigh towards the chest. Getting a little bit of a hip opener here, so breathing into that right hip, thread the needle. The left lower leg can just be relaxed and floppy, and the right foot is flexed, supporting the knee. Breathing here. And then slowly, just gently release a little bit, but keep the right ankle over the thigh. Just slide that right leg down the left thigh as you find a cross leg, and then maybe hooking the right toes around, finding eagle legs if that feels available. And lower the knees over to the left, taking the gaze over the right shoulder, finding a twist. So if this twist feels awkward, you can take any other twist. Maybe just one leg, knee is bent, or maybe both knees bent together. So any twist that feels available for your body today. Just breathing into that side, low back. And then coming back up to center, switching sides, so right foot comes down, left ankle over the right thigh, and then lift the right foot up off the mat and draw that right thigh towards the chest. Keeping that left hip nice and open, maybe even the left elbow gently draws that left thigh away, flexing the left foot, and the right lower leg is just nice and relaxed, not working or any tension. Breathing here, noticing a difference in sides, often one side a little tighter than the other, no judgment, no analysis. Yoga teaches us to be fully aware, this sense of mindfulness, fully aware, so aware with what is in the present moment and not judgmental, so not judging, no reasons, good or bad, if there's any tightness in the body, and being present with what is happening right now, not thinking about what happened yesterday in our practice or what may happen tomorrow. Just being fully in the now, with full awareness and no judgment. And then gently releasing slightly, but keep that left ankle over the thigh and slide the leg down, maybe crossing the legs, maybe crossing the ankles as well. And then lower both knees over to the right this time and taking the gaze over the left shoulder. Try to keep that, drawing that left shoulder down towards the mat as you find that little twist in the spine. Gently unravel, draw the knees back to the chest. Happy baby, feet wide, knees wide, and just gently rocking side to side, releasing the low back, releasing the sacrum. Good, finding balance side to side, and then drawing the knees into the chest, taking a nice deep inhale, and being grateful for your body, thanking your body for everything it does for you in this lifetime, and being grateful for making it to your mat this morning, And moving and breathing, finding balance and finding your inner flow. So just really taking time for yourself, tapping into your inner self, your inner true nature. And then we'll find Shavasana, resting pose. So just letting the whole body just be nice and long, letting the legs be straight out, the feet a little away from feet a little wider than hip width, and just let the feet roll out to the sides, arms a little away from the body. Palms facing up, open to receive energy from the universe and offer up the energy we've cultivated. Softening down through the jaw, letting the eyes be heavy, and just feeling the whole body just sinking into the earth. Letting go of any tension, letting go of any movement, and just settling in to your Shavasana.